I'm bored! Entertain me.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Corporal Killjoy, and as always, to kill your boredom brings me a lot of joy. Welcome to my RWBY Volume 5 trailer breakdown. If you guys haven't seen the Volume 5 trailer right now, it's up on YouTube and Rooster Teeth as we speak. So if you guys want to go check that out before you check out this video, please do that. And also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. So in this trailer breakdown, we're basically going to look deeper into it, make closer looks at some things that we might have missed. With that being said, we're also going to see if maybe those things can help us understand what's going to happen in Volume 5 and what to expect. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So before we get to a few of the other clips, let me just say I love this opening shot of Mistral, especially with the background music. It gives you that ominous tone, not knowing what's going to happen, how something so peaceful lies something so deadly in there. And by deadly, I mean the obvious betrayal of Lionheart as the informant for Salem at the end of Volume 4. So with that being said, let's jump into our first scene.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Alright, only 10 seconds into the trailer, and already we're giving us an ominous scene. In this scene, it's just too quiet, there's absolutely nobody around, and everybody's speculating that this could be possibly an ambush scene, and the fact that Uncle Crow and Oscar is not with Team Ranger in the scene at the time shows that they're gonna either go against somebody really hard, or it could just mean that the building they're looking in front of right now belongs to the headmaster, Professor Lionheart, and this is just a creepy, eerie way to introduce it to us. Why? Because just how we know that he is in fact the betrayer for basically the entire world, basically after being a sellout and informant for Salem, that we know he is, but Team Ranger doesn't. Nobody else knows this. At the same time, we don't know what to expect, because it's a very unique way to show that when you, the audience, know something that the characters do not, it puts you on edge, because just like them, even though you know something, we truly don't know what's going to happen. So this is a very interesting move by Rooster Teeth to do something like this. But without further ado, let's move on to the next scene.
The White Fang was promised the destruction of Haven, and they'll have it once we have what we need.
So a very interesting scene between Salem and Cinder. Now, I thought this was just a private meeting between Cinder and Salem due to the fact that no one else is around. And then I remember, hey, everybody's out doing their own thing. Watts is already in Mistral. Hazel's on his way there. Not sure where Tyrion is, but all we know he's probably still moping somewhere with his little Oedipus complex about why mommy didn't love him. But that being said, I wanted to bring up the chair. So there's a lot of talk about the 2 empty spots in this little council here. So a lot of people speculated Roman Torchwick was probably one of the members, but if you remember from one of the earlier volumes, I believe it was Volume 2, Roman said that, or made a claim that he doesn't know anything about Cinder's boss or anything about Salem, and that fact that he doesn't even mention Salem by name. So he's definitely out. The only other person who I can think of is definitely Sienna Khan, seeing how Salem has mentioned Sienna Khan before. And a lot of people thought Adam Torres was one of the members, but as you remember, he is not the leader of the White Fang. He is just a high-ranking member. So just because you're a high-ranking member does not guarantee you a spot on the council. So that being said, I don't know who the 6th person might be. It could be an extra player we haven't been introduced to yet, and we still have 2 other kingdoms that we haven't explored yet either. So that means 2 other academies where 2 other possible headmasters could be traitors as well. And the only other person I think would be a good twist in all this could be Summer Rose. And I'm only saying that not as a definite, just as my personal opinion. That would be like an amazing twist. That's all. So I don't want that to be confirmed. It's just my own kind of like hope, not really a speculation of a definite. Just like, hey, here's the twist. Summer Rose is still alive. She's been with the enemy the whole time. That would be, in my opinion, pretty crazy, right? So moving on, let's go to the next scene between Elia and Blake.
Your plan isn't gonna work, Blake. Just leave Menagerie before it's too late.
You're going to have to make me.
So a short but intense scene between Elia and Blake. As you can see, Elia seems to be a little conflicted right now because she still rocks the White Fang mask, but at the same time, she wants to show people, you know, this is still me. So it seems like she wants to do good by Blake, but at the same time, she doesn't want to turn her back completely on the White Fang. And it could be that on both sides, she sees how whatever the White Fang is planning could actually help out the Faunus, possibly, but at the same time, she doesn't want to see her best friends get hurt. But at the same time, we have Blake who's saying that I don't care what happens. I just want to make sure that whatever it is we do, we'll be successful at it. That means we have to give our lives, so be it. We'll give our lives. So Blake's is pretty much like prepared to die for the better of not only for her friends and family, but for the Faunus as an entirety. So not sure how this is going to play out, but at the same time, Blake's voice actor even said that the hardest voice acting she had to do was actually with Blake in Volume 5, and that we're going to see that later on, so be on the lookout for that. So moving on to the next scene, which is I think is one of everybody's favorite scenes, is the introduction of Yang.
And I'm looking for someone.
So this scene was pretty cool, because not only did we get to see Yang in her Volume 5 attire in its complete set, we actually see her eyes go red for the first time since Volume 3, and we also get to see her knock some guy out. So a lot of people are speculating who this guy is exactly, what's his deal, what's his thing with Yang, and if you look closely at his whole attire, it pretty much speaks for itself. You know, come on, a bandana handkerchief around the neck, his clothes are ripped a little bit, a vest. He has that outlaw, Western outlaw look to him. This guy is clearly a bandit from Raven's Group. I mean, come on, dark red, burgundy attire around his neck, around his arm, and this band. Yeah, come on, it says Raven all over. So the way I see it, this guy is a bandit with Raven's Group, and Yang is beating the crap out of him because she wants some information. And this scene right here might actually be in Yang's upcoming character short, which I hope it is too, so that way we can see exactly what's going on. But yeah, if I had to guess, this guy is part of Raven's Group. He recognized the red eyes, hence his expression, and Yang just wants to know, hey, where's my mommy? But moving on to the next scene.
Mistral's controlled territory is the widest reaching in the world, and that makes it infinitely harder to protect. We get one shot at this.
So we have our first look at the Cowardly Lion, Professor Lionheart himself, which I must say the design is pretty cool. He does have that lion look to him with the beard and the hair, but I was expecting a little more, red, but hey, he's a headmaster, he's old, what can you do? But at the same time, because of how this scene and a later scene in the trailer go, it's kind of hard to tell, like, what exactly is this guy's endgame. Because I know people call him the Cowardly Lion, and he's been an informant for Salem, but at the same time, that doesn't mean he's just betraying Team Ranger and everybody else. It is possible that he could possibly do a double cross on Salem and inform the team, hey, this is what's going on, this is what you guys got to be careful of. And we'll get back to that when his scene comes again. But moving on, we get another cool scene.
If Adam gets his way and Haven falls, it's only going to make things worse for the Faunus.
We're better than humans. We have everything humans have and more.
So this is an interesting thing, because we hear Blake narrating in the background, saying that if Adam gets his way and Haven falls, then it's going to be bad for the Faunus. And as we can see, Adam in his new attire, which looks amazing. He looks more like a samurai. And then we have Sienna Khan, who, at this distance, we can't really tell what type of Faunus she is. It'd be really cool if she was like a bird-like Faunus with wings hidden underneath all that. Which would be cool, because we haven't seen a bird Faunus, or at least I think we haven't in a while, or at all in that matter. So I think a bird Faunus would be cool to see. But it makes it sound like Adam's not even heading towards Menagerie. It looks like he still has his sights set on Haven, according to that narration by Blake. But again, that's still to be determined, because Elias said that Blake's plan wasn't going to work. But whether or not that's even Adam coming there, because it could be someone else. God forbid it's Tyrion, then, they're kind of screwed. But then again, we still don't know, because this trailer is only a minute and a half long, and we don't see that much of Adam or Sienna Khan. So moving on, we get a few more cool scenes.
Things are bad, but we can figure this out.
So this scene is pretty interesting, because RWBY says things are bad, but we can figure this out. So in my opinion, this is either one of two things. Either she's being very passive, saying like, we've been through all this, but we can still pull through, or something has happened in Mistral right now that's having everybody like running around like chickens with their heads cut off going, what the hell, what do we do now? But as we can see, this could go either way, and RWBY's still very courageous. She's like, hey, I got enough fighting me, let's do this. So moving on.
My sister has the Spring Maiden, and I know where she is.
So again, a short but intense scene, especially with Crow narrating in the background. If you look at these two bandits on the left and right, their attire matches the other guy in the convenience store who got punched by Yang very similarly with the same color red. And this is a shot of someone looking from the ground up. So this could be either the Spring Maiden, as Crow was saying that, hey, my sister has the Spring Maiden, or this could possibly be Yang coming across the bandits for the first time, and the reason Raven has to have her helmet on is to say, hey, this is my daughter, and it's also one of the reasons why they don't have their guns pointed at Yang at the moment. So this is either Yang or the Spring Maiden, but either way, this scene, once we see it, is probably going to be more intense than what we're expecting. So moving on to another scene that actually a lot of us kind of missed.
We need to go as soon as possible.
So again, another quick scene of an airship being attacked by these bug-like Grimm. And it went by a little quick, but this is the same airship Weiss was hiding out in the back of, that's headed to wherever it is that they're heading, because the pilot didn't give a specific location on, hey, I can take you as far as here, only as far as he can go. So I also theorized this in another video of mine that that Weiss was not going to make it to where she was going to make it to, because she was going to get ambushed and or attacked by something. And what confirms it even more, that Rooster Teeth tweeted out a pic. It was supposed to be a scheduled pic for RWBY Volume 5, which had Weiss on it, and she's actually attacking with her glyphs, clearly out of the back of the cargo bay. So this is the scene I was talking about earlier about Lionheart possibly double-crossing Salem and the group. Now, I don't know who's doing the whipping with this whip, but if you guys know something about characters' weapons, they always kind of correspond with the color they represent, have some type of resembling attire. So for example, we all know Ruby Rose has a red scythe, Wai Schnee has a white sword, Blake Belladonna has black blades, and Yang Xiaolong has yellow gauntlets. So if you notice, this whip on it has a point at the end, so it's more like a spear, kind of like what Scorpion uses in Mortal Kombat. And I don't know anybody who uses this, so this could be a few people who wear red. As we saw Adam, we saw Ruby, Cinder, Salem, Crow, Raven, and then there's Sienna Khan. So this could be any one of them. However, I doubt it's Ruby, I doubt it's Adam. I also doubt that it's Crow, because we've never seen them use weapons like this. They would have no use for them. So if anything, I could definitely picture Sienna Khan using this, because for all we know, maybe this is her weapon of choice, which is a whip. And we only seen Raven with her sword. So it could be possible that she has another weapon underneath there, because she has that Ronin-style samurai look to her, very similar to Adam's. So she could be using something like this as well, but this is just speculation. And if it is on Salem's group, that means that Lionheart double-crossed them. Or if it's someone on the good side, maybe Team Ranger, who might be using this weapon, I don't know who it is. It could just mean that they found out that he's a traitor. So this can go either way. But moving on, we have another interesting scene here. It's the White Knight, and he's definitely been summoned by Weiss, and he's fallen from the sky. And this could be due to the fact that they are in an airship, and Weiss finally summoned him perfectly to attack all these other Grimm that are attacking their ship. And that being said, it looks like she might make it through, or it's just a quick scene with the White Knight. But next we have what was everybody's favorite scene.
Can I help you?
Yeah, so we have Oscar knocking on the door of Team Ranger, and just remember, this isn't just Oscar, this is Ozpin as well. So that means Ozpin is reunited with Team Ranger, and hopefully he can shed more light with not only the team, but with Oscar as well. And I can guarantee everybody's gonna be so surprised to hear, or maybe not directly hear from Ozpin, but definitely know that, hey, Ozpin's inside that little boy, which sounded dirty. But anyway, so yeah, we have Ozpin reunited with Team Ranger. And yeah, that's it for the breakdown of the trailer. If you guys enjoyed this video, again, like, share, and subscribe. It's my first trailer breakdown. Sorry if it sucked a little bit. I'm pretty sure I didn't cover every little detail, but I just covered what I saw personally. So just remember, Volume 5 premiered. For anybody who wants to go check it out in the theaters, it's going to be out on the 12th at any type of fandom event. So if you guys want to check it out in the movie theaters, where you get to see interviews with the cast, some of the Volume 4 highlights, and the premiere Chapter 1 for Volume 5, just look on Fandango, because I looked online. There's a couple theaters playing the Volume 5 release. And then the actual release for the internet will be on Rooster Teeth's website on the 14th, and it will be released later on YouTube a week later. So just remember, the 14th is for anybody who is a first member, and if you're patient about it, just wait for it to come on YouTube. And that's all I can say. If you guys want to go do Rooster Teeth's free trial, just do it. It's a free 30-day trial. If you guys want to go check it out, they have instructions on their website how to do that. And with that being said, I'm just going to end this on a high note. These are just the things I saw. And what are we going to expect from Volume 5? Well, there's a whole lot to expect now. There's still a lot of unanswered questions from Volume 4 that still need to be answered. And with that said, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and y'all have a good night. Later.